John Boyd Jr., fourth generation farmer, president of the National Black Farmers Association, with us from Virginia. Good to see you, sir. I appreciate it. How close are we to major dislocations in America's food supply?
We're in a crisis right now in America as far as the food chain goes and what's going on with the American farmer in this country. As you just spoke about the wetlands up in Illinois and the surrounding states that haven't been able to get a plow and a planter in the field, we're going to lose a lot of production there. The war in Ukraine and what's going on with Russia, you're taking out pretty much a whole region of the world that's not going to be able to produce corn, wheat, and soybeans. You're going to see a lot of empty shelves and a lot more higher prices for those people who haven't been to the grocery store lately. The prices are already rising, and they're going to.
So as you can see, your farmers are talking about the prices are rising because look, in order for them to fill up in order for them to fill up the shelves, you need crops to grow. You need crops from Ukraine. A lot of I believe 40% of the wheat was coming from Ukraine. So with the war that's happening right now, that's becoming a problem because they can't, import or export any products to each other, the US and Ukraine. But that's not only a problem for the US, but that's also a problem for Europe as well, because look, they need the wheat, and without the wheat, a lot of food products on your shelves are going to be gone, right? So I'm going to grab this 2nd Ezra 15:11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues." And those plagues being what? These diseases. There's other plagues as well. I mentioned that plagues in the other video dealing with the COVID-19, the Omicron, the Delta variant, and these monkeypox. And even a couple months ago, they was talking about the bubonic plague coming back in Africa, right? That was showing up from time to time. And it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt," which America is that representation of Egypt today, right? Because Egypt enslaved the Israelites. Guess what? America did too. And prophecy states it with plagues as before. See, it says as before. So would Egypt, the actual Egypt, be hit with plagues as before? No. So what is it talking about? It's talking about America, right? It says, "And will destroy all the land thereof." So the Lord is going to destroy the land of modern day Egypt? No. He's going to destroy um what the scriptures call spiritually Egypt, which is America. "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." And you can see these things happening. You can see them taking place. You had the flying locust, the locust that was traveling. I remember they a couple years back they was talking about Salakia, the killer bees. A lot of things have been happening here because it's judgment that the Lord is bringing forth towards this land. So it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation." So again, it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation." So you can see that here on this video. Let's keep playing.
Continue to go up. For the first time in my 39-year career as a farmer, I'm paying $5.63 for a gallon of diesel fuel, $900 a ton for fertilizer.
Oh yeah, and you gotta understand too, man. The fertilizer, there's a shortage on fertilizer, and without them not being able to get that fertilizer, then they can't fertilize the ground to get the crops to grow properly, right? So this is really becoming a major problem for these farmers, man. And then the diesel fuel is going up right now. Where I live, the gas price right now hit I believe 5.39, and it seemed like it's going up every week, right? So when these gas prices hit $7 a gallon, when diesel fuel hit $8 a gallon, this is about to be a major problem for farmers. Why? Because they use these big machines in order to take what they need to be taken from off these farms. And without them not being able to operate those machineries, that's going to become a problem with collecting um, these crops that they need to collect in order to put food in your damn refrigerator. So let's keep going.
Time high prices for soybean seeds, and we just this is the time where America needs to pay attention to what's going on to farmers, because you may not need a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, but you need a farmer every day. I finished some together somewhere, so
Yeah.
we need food, and this I want to say this because I think it's very important. Farming isn't Republican, it isn't Democratic, it isn't independent. It's food. Land is
Right, and that's why the scripture says this, 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Well, real quick, let's go ahead and look up this word famine. Let's see what a famine is. Definition for famine: extreme scarcity of food. That's why, man, when this really comes, all that food that you people be throwing away on a day-to-day basis, you gonna regret and wish you had that food back, man. Best believe it. That loaf of bread you threw away because it had a little mold on it, which mold is bad. A lot of you people are gonna resort to eating the mold off the bread. Man, hey, let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. When this famine hits, you people gonna want to eat whatever the hell you get your hands on, because you people eat sometimes 3, 4, 5 days, Salakia, 3, 4, 5 times out of the day, man. A lot of you people even know don't know how to fast. If you was to tell some of these random ass people out here just to go on a fast for a day, they'll think they're starving, man. They'll think they're dying, because they're so used to consistently eating all the time that they never allow their bodies to just sit back and focus on their blood flow going through the body. It's like your body is just focused on one thing: digestion, man. Because you people don't know how to not eat. You only need to eat one time a day, man. All you need is your vitamins, and you good to go, man. Shit. I remember I used to buy this little drink. It was a green drink, and it was always at this store that I used to go to on Dysart. And I'll go and I'll grab one of them green drinks off, drink it, and that'll be the only thing that I have through the rest of the day working, man. I might eat something that night, a little bit of something that night, but that all I needed, because it had everything I needed in it. Right? All the vitamins and nutrients that I needed, it had it, man. I don't know what I drink at anymore, though. I don't see it. But you people are about to go through it. It's as when the Babylonians sieged um, Israel, man. And Israel went through what? Starvation, because they couldn't get food. They couldn't get water. All of that was outside of the gates. So when they got besieged, then they couldn't get what they needed, the resources that they needed. Some Israelites even resorted into eating their own children, man. That's how bad it's about to get out here. You people, because even though I fast, even though I fast, a lot of times I still feel hungry. I feel like I have to eat something, but I fight through it to try to, just get through the day without just eating. And sometimes I be at work, man. I be at work doing a job that I'm doing now and not eating. And I was doing that for months. Now, from time to time, I grab something from a Circle K or QT, but sometimes I wouldn't eat all day. Shit, sometimes I wouldn't even drink water all day. Shit, sometimes I wouldn't even know I'm fasting until I'd be like, damn, I noticed that I didn't drink water or eating food. I didn't fasted and didn't even realize it, man. Right? So you people about to go through the worst of the worst, man. Cause that's all you people do is eat. So it says, in extreme scarcity of food, the famine affected most of the country. Matter of fact, let's get this, man. Let's get what happens, during a famine. So we're going to get starvation, suffering, or death caused by hunger, right? So we could look up what happens when you starve. Let's get a little bit of that. Right? So let me see if it pulls it up. So here it says a severe lack of food for a prolonged period, not enough calories of any sort to keep up with the body energy needs is starvation. The body reserve resources are depleted because once you don't eat, your body start pulling out the fat that it's stored up in your body. So your body literally have its own storage. So that's why you kind of get fat, because a lot of the things that it pushes to the side or it needs, it pushes it into storage units. That's why you get overweight. But what happens when you start starving, if it can't get the nutrients and things it needs, it start pulling and start, eating everything that is stored in your damn body, right? So it says the body reserve resources are depleted. The result is substantial weight loss, wasting away of the body's tissue, and eventually death, man. That's what happens, man. You just have weight loss, man. So a lot of you big people, man, if you wanna get skinny, then just stop eating. Hey, for real, man. For real. I ain't even playing. It says even with fasting, man, you gotta limit yourself with fasting because our bodies can't handle something like that. A lot of fasting. I remember when I used to work for Cox, there was a guy that said, I don't believe in fasting because how can you fast? He was like, how can you fast for 40 days and 40 nights? And the crazy thing is, I cut him on it because I was like, well, first and foremost, our bodies aren't made the way it was 2,000 plus years ago. I'm like, now we're polluted with all these chemicals in the food, the water, the air, and that's what made us a lot shorter, weaker, and a lot less smarter, really, right? And he just looked, he thought about it, and he was like, you know what, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? We're not built the way we were built 2,000 plus years ago. So it says, information regarding the stages of starvation and the effect malnutrition has on the human body after approximately a week of fasting. A person's brain starts to use ketone bodies as well as glucose for sources of energy. So let's look up this ketone body. See, it is good to just research, man, and do a lot of studying to find out these different things. Salakia, right? Let me see. Well, I'm gonna end it from here, and then I'm gonna bring it back. So I like to say Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shalom, or willingness to edify and Shalom.